Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Jameela Adams Experience. I'm your host, Jameela Adams, entrepreneur, consultant, and your go-to girl for real talk and real strategies. This podcast is about helping women over 40 find their voice and show up boldly and do business on their own terms. So if you're ready for some inspiration, empowerment, and an aha moment or two, then you've come to the right place. So today's topic is how to use your website to showcase your unique voice. And believe it or not, as a website consultant, I had to do this. I had to make some tweaks because when I first started out, my website was, let's just say, a little underwhelming and a little stiff because I wasn't speaking from me. I wasn't speaking from my heart. So after a few, let's just say, white screens of death, blue screens of death, I finally was able to come up with a website that spoke about what I do with my personal spin on it. So let's get into this. Your website may be up and running and your services are clearly listed. And you might even have that fancy booking button to the right because call to actions, they absolutely matter on your website. But if your website doesn't sound like you or feel personal or even memorable, then you might be missing the one thing that connects you to your ideal audience. And that's basically leaving money on the table. And we don't want to do that. So let's get into these tips and, come up with some ideas and strategies on how to do better with our website. So first of all, let your voice lead the way. This is your digital home. This is where you do work. This is your storefront. This is your blog. So your voice should come through clearly, like you're having a conversation with your dream client. And let's forget about being stiff and robotic. Let your conversation come out normal. Let your intention have clarity and be confident, be conversational, professional, but warm. Like I said, I had to change up my website from my very first one because it was very stiff and very technical. And what I wanted to do was make sure that my audience didn't have any technical jargon thrown at them and it went over their head because a lot of people, let's be real, are not website savvy, and that's okay. That's why they call on us consultants to help them do that. So, in order to keep the conversation real and sound like you, take this trick in the heart. Record yourself talking to a friend, explaining exactly what you do, how you do it, and write your copy for your website from that energy. That's the type of vibe people want. They want to hear the basic, well, not basic, they want to hear you and how you explain things, how you solve problems for them. So just think about that. Remember, record yourself explaining what you do and how you do it to a friend, and then write down what you were talking about. And you'll be surprised how your voice can make a difference for people. So the next thing you should do, number two, is share content that reflects your values. It could be your blogs, your podcast episodes, or even short videos. The goal is to make your site a space where people understand who you are and not just what you offer. For me personally, my tagline is you have a voice, use it. So for me, every entrepreneur, especially a woman over 40, has a voice and they should use it. So when I talk to people about what they do and how they do it and what excites them, I want them to put it on their website. I want them to convey that message because somebody who will be visiting your website is probably going through the same thing that you are. So make it stand out, make it real. So also remember, put what you care about on your site. Is it about dogs? Is it about women empowerment? Let that shine through because trust me, when people find you, they'll relate to you and they may want to do business with you, but they want to make sure that what you do is a reflection of them. So, number three, use visuals that match your energy. This is piggybacking off of number two. Use visuals that look like you. And if you're bold and colorful, then use bold and colorful colors, stuff that stands out, your fonts and whatnot. Go for it. If you're more grounded and calm, use more serene colors and layouts that reflect that. Case in point, if you are a rock star consultant, especially a health consultant, that's all about energy, getting your clients up and moving, and you want them to be in the gym or just go out and just be energetic, then you want colors that have that energy. So, like bright yellows, bright reds, anything like that to put your energy out there. However, think of it this way: if you are a yoga teacher, bright colors may not be the thing, unless you're doing that type of high energy yoga. But the whole point is like if you're more calm, more serene, then use colors that reflect that. Use uh, images that reflect that as well. So your branded photos, consistent colors, and strong design choices will help create a cohesive existence that speaks louder before even one single word is read on your site. And you have to keep that in mind. So it's always good when you are consulting with people about your website, even if you don't have one yet, have them, talk to you about your personality. What is it that lights you up? And remember, you are your brand. So whatever you put down, that's what people are going to see. And that's what you want people to see. So number 4, add personal touches that build connection. People want to work with people they like, not just people who do the things. Share a bit of your backstory. Say if you were a single mom at one point and you were able to get, educated on the things you like doing, say being a consultant or even running your own housekeeping service, something that made you like, I want to show or share my story. Make it warm, make it real. And the other thing too, always use testimonials, because testimonials and things like this matter because people want to know the real you. They want to see how you do what you do. So let's just say personal touches help people feel like they're not just hiring your services, they're starting a relationship. Keep that in mind. So finally, give it a signature twist, your signature twist. What's something only you would do? Maybe your contact form says, let's talk strategy instead of submit. Another thing too is maybe your blog has a catchy name. I know with me, when I came up with my blog, it was the Problem and Solution Series, because when I first started out, I helped my clients with their problem and came up with a solution with them. It was kind of easy, kind of, I don't know, cheesy or cheeky, however you want to spin it. But it was something that I incorporated onto my website because these are problems that my clients were going through and I wanted to help them. And now when I do research for topics or things like that, it always has to be a format of a problem and a solution and how we came up with it. So don't forget that you want it to be personal. Maybe you will include a favorite quote right on your homepage. And don't be afraid to bring these personal touches out. They're not just cute, they're powerful. So find something that reflects you. Another thing I wanted to bring up, when you do your logo for your site, some people don't think about it because it's kind of like on the back burner, but this is something you should consider. When you come up with your logo, have it be something that represents you, like your initials or a picture of something that stands out because it's something that you enjoy. For me, it's butterflies. Butterflies have I guess you could say, a vulnerable, soft strength. Because you think about it, they got to go through the process of the chrysalis and metamorphosis, and then boom, they come out a beautiful butterfly. But if they didn't have the strength to do it, they wouldn't become a butterfly. I know I had to venture off, but that's how I got the butterfly logo. And then, regardless of what my business is, I always use a butterfly logo because it's a vulnerable, soft strength. So think about that when you talk about your personal things on your website. Why did you come up with your logo, or why did you choose the colors that you did? Things like that. So here's the bottom line. Your website doesn't need to be flashy. It just needs to be real. It should reflect your voice, your vibe, and your values. Because your website, it should feel like you. People will notice and they will connect and they will stay and they will trust you. So I hope this helped. I don't gatekeep because, like I said, I had to go through it too. So in this instance, I have a challenge for you. You know, at the end of the week, well, shoot, we're almost at the end of the week when this tapes. Okay, your challenge is make one change on your site this week. And if you don't have a website yet, come up with an idea, 3 ideas that you would love to see on your site. Also, to those who do have a website, rewrite your about page, swap out your visuals, or tweak your homepage, the headline to sound a little bit more like you and not cookie cutter. So if you're feeling inspired by this message, leave me a DM. I want to know what's going on in your world. And also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button because we're trying to build community here. And this year's theme is finding your voice. And that's what I would love for all of us to do, is to find our voice, because right now we definitely need to do that. So until next week, I want you to be inspired, be inspiring, be encouraged, be encouraging. But most of all, I want you to be you, and I'll check you out next week. Take care.